Welcome to my today's live class. Today I am going to take a class on chapter 15, and the name of the chapter is the social change of Bangladesh. Okay, so before the start of our today's class, let's have a look of our today's learning outcome. So boys, after the class you will be able to give the definitions of social change. Then you'll be able to describe all the components of the social change of Bangladesh. And number three, you will be able to describe the role of women in social change of Bangladesh. So boys, I want to share one thing with you. This chapter is very short chapter, and I will take only one class from this chapter. But all the things of these chapters are very important, and I think this is the chapter, the theoretical chapter of your books. And you know there are 16 chapters of your books, and among the 16 chapters, and this chapter is highly theoretical. So I need your much attention on my today's class, and you have to give much attention on my speaking. If you have faced if you face any problems to my speaking or any points, you can put your questions in comment box, and after the class I will give the answer of your questions in written. Okay boys, so let's get started of our today's class. So before the start of my class, I am going to show a picture. After seeing the picture, you will say about the picture. Okay. So here we can see some of the national players of our basically the cricketers of the national cricket teams are running to keep themselves warm up. Okay, and now I'm going to take a warm up session to before the start of our main class. Okay, so now I want to start a warm up session. So in my warm-up session, at first I would like to talk about what is called society, and all of these things, all of the topics will help you to understand the social change. Okay, to understand the social change is very important, and here you have to you have to know some things, some topics to proper understand of the social sense. First of all, the society. So what is society? Basically society is a place where a group of people live together to fulfill their common goals. Again, I am going to talk about what is called society. Okay, so society is a place where a group of people live together to fulfill their common goals. Okay, and we all are the social animals. Okay, and the father of the political science, Aristotle, said that a man who does not live in a society either is a beast or a god. So we are the particle animal, at the same time we are the social being. Okay, so this is the definitions of the society, and you can use these definitions in your answer script and you will get good marks. Basically social is a society. Here it will be society is a place where a group of people live together to fulfill their common goals. Now I'm going to talk about what is called culture. Okay, so basically, culture is the way of life. What we think, what we do, what we have or eat, everything is included in culture. Basically, culture, what the people do in society for their survival is called the culture. Okay. So now I'm going to show you the definition of culture. So this is the definitions of culture. Culture is the way of life. What people do for their survival in society is called culture. Basically, what we think, what we do, what we eat, everything is included in culture. Okay. So now I'm going to talk about the structure of the society. So basically, there are two structure of society. Okay. First structure is called the fundamental structure. That means the ways of production or economic system. And second structure is called the superstructure. Superstructure, that means the culture, laws, education, politics, all are the superstructure of the society. So we have learned that there are two structures of the society. One is the fundamental structure. So fundamental structure means ways of productions or the economic system, and another structure name is the superstructure. And so what are the superstructures? Culture, laws, education, politics, behavior, all things are called the superstructure. Now I'm going to the main points of our today's class, and this is the core point of our today's class, and you have to understand what is called the social change. Okay, so give attention on screen, and give attention on my speaking. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about what is called social change. Okay, so generally, social change means the changes of the behavior of the people of a society. Okay, basically, social change means the changes of the fundamental structure and the superstructure of the society. Okay, and here I have used two definitions. First definition is social change. Basically, social change means the changes of the behaviors of the people of the society, and second definition is that social change is the changes of the fundamental structure and the superstructure of the society. Okay, but the real what but these two are the semi pragmatic definitions of social change, but now I'm going to tell you the real definitions of the social change. Basically, social change is the changes of the superstructures of a society due to the changes of the fundamental structure of a society. That means on the basis of the ways of production or economic systems, the education, politics, culture of a society will be changed. Okay, okay, so that means if the ways of production or the economic system of a society has changed, definitely the education, politics, behavior of the people, culture of the society will be changed. And this system, this process is called the social change. Now I am going to show you the definitions of social change. So this is the perfect definition of social change, and now I am going to read out this definition. Any change of superstructure of the society due to the change of the fundamental structure of the society is called the social change. Okay, for example, if fundamental structure of the society, that means ways of productions, are changed, then the superstructure of the society, that means culture, laws, education system, politics will be changed. So that's all about the social change. Okay, and I think now you all will be able to give the definitions of the social change in your answer script, and this question is very important for your upcoming, not upcoming, for all types of examinations. Okay, those are waiting for you. Okay, so boys, now I am show you two definitions of two intellectuals on social change. First definitions was given by sociologist Kingsley. Okay, so what was said by Kingsley on social change? Okay, social change is the change in social structure and activities. Okay, so this definition was given by the sociologist Kingsley Davis. Now I am going to show you the definitions of McIver on social change. McIver, and the definition is social change is the change in the human relationship. So boys and dear students, these two definitions are very important for knowledgeable questions, so you must have to remember these two definitions for your examinations. Okay, and now I want to discuss about the components of the social change of Bangladesh. Okay, so first component is the natural factor. So the natural factor will be related to nature. This is very common thing. Okay, And here in the world, the geographical locations of Bangladesh is one of the cause of the social change of Bangladesh. Okay, so social change can be happened in the society of Bangladesh due to the due to the many reasons. Say for example, due to the earthquake, due to the river erosion, due to and other natural calamities. For examples, for the river erosions, if the villagers of a village will live in another place, so their ways of production, the economic system will be changed. Okay, and due to the economic system, due to the fundamental structure of the society, their superstructure, that means their cultures, their behaviors, their educations will be changed. So this is all about the natural factor. Now I'm going to the next component. Okay, and the name of this component is the organic factor. So what is called the organic factor? Simply the death rate, birth rate, living standard of the people, density of the population, then pattern of the population. So all are from the organic factors. Okay, so now I'm going to give an examples to understand the organic factor. Say for example, if in a society the death rate is high and the mortality rate is low, so the population will be decreasing. Okay, so due to the decrease of the populations, definitely social change can be happen in that society. So this is all about the organic factor in brief. Now I'm going to the next point. Then culture factor. Okay, so and I have talked about what is culture a few minutes ago. Okay, and I am not. I don't want to describe what is called culture. And if we see, if we keep our eyes on society, we can see different types of culture, different types of thinking of the people, different types of behaviors of the people. So these are the beauties of a society. So the changes of the culture can change, can take part of the social change of Bangladesh. Okay. Number four, the education. So at first I would like to talk about what is called the education. So education, basically education is a process by which a man learn different types of pragmatic things that help him to go ahead. Okay, so by taking education we can say change our behavior, we can change our attitudes, everything. Okay, so thus education can important role of social change of Bangladesh. Number five, the technology. So what is called the technology? Technology is the applied side of the science. Okay, and so basically technology means use of the scientific knowledge in practical in our daily life. Okay, due to the use of different types of technologies, our lives become easy and comfortable. So by using these technologies, our behavior, our thinking, our food habit, and many other things have changed. So the use of technology is one of the components of social change of Bangladesh. Number six, the communication, and there is a word. The more communications of a country is developed, the more developed is the economy of that country. Okay, the communication by water, internet, mail, fax, radio, televisions, and we can know different type of things and different types of incidents inside the country and outside the country, and that help us to change our outlook, to change our behavior. Okay, thus communication is one of the components of social change of Bangladesh. Now I'm going to talk about the industrialization and urbanizations. Okay, so at first I want to I want to give the definitions of industrialization and urbanizations. First of all, industrialization. Basically, industrialization is a process by which agriculture or handicap-oriented economy turns into industry-based economy. So basically, it's a way to transfer the agriculture-oriented economy to industry-oriented economy. Then the urbanizations. Basically, urbanization is the result of the industrializations. Okay, and you can give the definitions of urbanization, so like the definitions of industrializations, and you can write down in this way that urbanization is a process or way by which the villages transfer into city and towns. When the cities and towns get facility sorry when the villages get the facilities, which facilities get the towns gradually is called the urbanizations. Okay, and due to the urbanizations, many villages become town, and so the density of the population of town will be increased. Okay, so the society will be changed due to the industrializations and urbanization. Again, I want to say one thing: due to the industrializations, people will change their professions, people will kick off their old profession related to agriculture, and they will take the new professions in different types of industry. So dear students, I want to go the next slide. So here I want to give the definitions of industrialization and urbanizations. Basically, these two definitions are very important for your examinations. Look at the definitions. Industrialization is the way or process by which agriculture-based economy transfer into industry-based economy gradually. Now, urbanizations. Okay. So it is called that urbanization is the result of industrializations. Basically, urbanizations means the way or process by transfer into town or city by making industrial areas or localities. So these two definitions are highly pragmatic definition, and you can write down this definition in your answer script in your examination. So boys, now I'm going to talk about the role of women of urban area in social change. Okay, and our women are playing important role to change our society. Okay, and today we are a developed country, and we are trying to higher income, middle income developed country within few years. So here our women, our girls, our sisters play important role. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the role of women of urban area in social change. Okay, first of all, to receive higher educations in urban area, and we can see our girls, our sisters are taking higher educations from colleges, from universities, and they are studying in various subjects. Okay, and thus they take part of the social change of Bangladesh. Number two, to do various job. Okay, and after taking educations, and they are participating in various job, thus make themselves as self-dependent and self-confident. Thus, they take part in social change of Bangladesh. Number three, to send children to school, and they are highly conscious for the schooling of their children, so and because they want to make ensure the quality educations of their children. Okay, so thus they take part in the social change to make their children as a human resource for the country. Number four, to part in decision making in family. Okay, and this is and it has only possible because now women are participating in different jobs and taking higher educations, and they are self-dependent and they are highly qualified, and now they can play important role in decision making process of their family. Number five, to do business in our country. We can see some of the girls or women, especially in urban area, are doing different type of business. Okay. Number six, to child rearing. Oh, this is the very basic work of our women. Women, both the urban area and rural area, to rear their children. Okay. So this does basically does the women, especially of the uh, urban area, are playing important role in social change of Bangladesh. Okay. Now I'm going to talk about the role of women of ruling rural area in social change. First of all, to take educations. Okay. And the girls are taking educations who are living in rural area, though they don't take they don't take educations like the urban areas. Okay. And we can see in rural area the girls are taking the primary, secondary and higher secondary educations, not like the higher educations of the girls of the urban area. Okay. Number two, to make themselves as employment. Okay. And recently we can see the girls of our rural area are making themselves as self-employment by taking some loans from the different types of governmental financial institutions or the non-governmental institutions. Okay. So thus they can try to contribute our national economy. Okay. Thus they play a great role of the social change in Bangladesh. Number three, to send their children in school, and they are highly conscious. Our girls or women are highly conscious about the schooling of their sons and daughters. Okay. And they are highly conscious about the quality educations of their children, because they want to make them as a human resource and self-dependent. Okay. Number four, to provide healthy food of their children. Okay. So thing is that the girl or the women of our country in rural area, they are conscious about their fooding, about their fooding of their children. Okay. And they try to provide hygienic and quality food to their children, so that they can make their children as healthy and energetic children. Okay. So that's all about the role of the woman of rural area in social change. Okay. Now I am going to the next part of our today's class. This is the evaluation part. Now I'm going to ask some questions to you. I think you all will be able to give the answer of these questions. First of all, what is called society? Basically, society is a place where a group of people live together to fulfill their common goals. Okay, this is the perfect definitions. Number two, what is culture? Culture is the way of life, what we do, what we think, everything is called the culture. Basically, culture is what people do. What people do in society for their survival is called the culture. Then, what is called social change? Okay, the changes of the fundamental structure and superstructure of the society is called the social change. Okay, basically the changes of the superstructure of the society due to the changes of the fundamental structure is called the social change. Number four, what is the organic factors of the social change? Death rate, birth rate, pattern of the population, density of the populations, all are the forms of the organic factors. Okay. And number five, what is the natural factors of the social change? Say, for example, the climate, weather, different types of calamities, sudden changes of the locations, especially the living locations, and all are called the natural factors of social change. Okay. And that's what is called the industrialization. Basically, industrialization is the process where the agriculture-oriented economy transfer into the industry-oriented economy. Okay. So yeah, that's all about our today's class. If you face any problem to understand, especially in social change, put your question in comment box, and after the class I will give the answer of your questions. So thank you students for watching me. Inshallah, next time see you again. Till then, Allah Hafiz.